Hey, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. That would be the correct name of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. And Shalom to the hopeful elect, pushing this truth around the four corners of the earth, along with the men, women, and children that are predestined to receive salvation. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Okay? Shalom, Shalom. All right, so this one, I'm going to go into Life Passes Quick. All right, and us that was chosen to do this mission, we only got a certain amount of time. All right, that's the reason why the Lord says, make not haste to turn from the Lord, because, you know, this is one calling. All right, and, you know, we don't want to waste that opportunity. Okay, so I'm going to get right into it. The book of Job, chapter 8. I'm going to start off with verse 8. It says, for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. All right, so we got to prepare ourselves to the search of our fathers. Verse 9, it says, for we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. All right, so we are but of yesterday and know nothing. Okay, how in Ecclesiastes it says the former things are not remembered. So this is not our first life. And to search out our lives, you know, just like the verse 8 said, it says, for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. Okay, so this is how we look into our past, through the search of our fathers, through these scriptures that were the prophets. And the Spirit bears witness with the Spirit, and that's how we know. Okay, verse 10, it says, shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart? Can the rush grow up without mire, and the flag without water? It says, while it is yet in its greenness, and not cut down, it withereth before any herb. So are the paths of all that forget Yahweh, and the hypocrite's hope shall perish. Okay, so we can't forget Yahweh. We got to come back into these scriptures and learn and teach. Okay, the rest of the elect, to wake up the elect so they can come back to remembrance, all right, of who they are, their job, what they're supposed to do. Okay, to come back and to gain the power to receive salvation. Okay, verse 14, it says, whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. Okay, so that's the hypocrite. Their hope is going to be cut off, and their trust is going to be a spider's web. All right, trust in vanity and stuff like that. Okay, verse 15, it says, he lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. He is green before the sun, and his branch shooteth forth in his garden. His roots are wrapped up about the heap, and seeth the place of stones. Okay, so those are the ones that, you know, don't have this truth. There's no water, there's no root. Okay, house built upon sand. So when all hell breaks loose, you know, there's no hedge of protection. There's no hedge of protection. All right, so we only have a certain amount of time to build and grow in the Spirit. All right, which is searching out the ways of our fathers through these scriptures. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus chapter 18. And we'll start off with verse 8. So it says, what is man, and whereto serveth he? What is his good, and what is his evil? The number of a man's days at the most are 100 years. As a drop of water into the sea, and a gravel stone in comparison of the sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of eternity. Okay, so that's nothing. 1,000 years is literally nothing compared to the days of eternity. All right, he said as a drop of water into the sea. A drop of water into the sea, that's nothing. You know, you got this whole earth, and you got one little drop of water. So this life is very, very short. Very short. If you notice verse 8, it says, what is man, and whereto serveth he? What is his good, and what is his evil? We're going to be judged. We're going to be judged off our good and off our evil. All right. As a matter of fact, let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. So it says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Verse 14. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. You see? So let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and verse 8. It says, what is man and whereto serveth he? What is his good and what is his evil? The number of a man's days are at the most 100 years, as a drop of water into the sea, and a gravel stone in comparison of sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of eternity. Okay, that's short. All right, that's short. So we'd be fools not to take this opportunity. All right, we'd be fools not to take this opportunity to grow in the spirit and go out there and do what we're supposed to do. Teach the elect as we grow in the spirit, as we grow in this wisdom and knowledge. Okay. Verse 11, it says, therefore Yahweh is patient with them and poureth forth his mercy upon them. He saw and perceived their end to be evil. Therefore he multiplied his compassion. You see, he saw our end to be evil. So he multiplied his compassion, his mercy. All right. He wished that none would perish. Okay. Verse 13, the mercy of man is toward his neighbor, but the mercy of the Lord is upon all flesh. He reproveth, he nurtureth, and teacheth, and bringeth again as a shepherd his flock. Okay, he chastises us, he teaches, he nurtures. Okay, he jacks us up. All right, and the reason why he jacks us up is because he don't want our end to be evil. That's his mercy of us, him disciplining us like that, to come back so we don't fully go off. All right, and stay off track. You know, if things is all comfortable while we're going off track, and he's not, chastising us, that's not, that's not mercy. All right, he'll just let us go off and have fun in our sins and our wickedness until all hell destruction just bam, but he chastens us because that's his compassion. He doesn't want our end to be evil. Okay, verse 14, it says, he has mercy on them that receive discipline and that diligently seek after his judgments. Okay, the Lord may be known by his judgments. We seek after his judgments. We read it through the prophecy. How we went into slavery, how he kept jacking us up. Okay, how he took our heritage from us. He stripped us from our name, stripped us from everything. We read stories like how he jacked up King David, Samson, so on and so on. All right. Okay. So from there, let's go to, the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 90. All right. Psalms 90 and verse 4. So it says, for 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it is past. Okay, that 1,000 years are but of yesterday in his sight. Just like what we read, it's like a drop of water in the sea. It says, and as a watch in the night, thou carriest them away as a flood, as with a flood, they are as a sleep. In the morning, they are like grass which groweth up. In the morning it flourisheth and groweth up. In the evening it is cut down and withereth. For we are consumed by thine anger, and by thy wrath we are troubled. Okay, so that's how quick it is. Verse 8, thou hast set our iniquities before thee, our secret sins in the light of thy countenance. For all of our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. Okay, so these years that we got, it's like a tale that is told. It's so quick, man. Verse 10, the days of our years are threescore years and 10, and if by reason of strength they be fourscore years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away. Okay? It's labor and sorrow, man. All right? First and foremost of Adam, and second, because we went off. All right? Now we're being ruled by the other nations, and it's full of labor and sorrow. All right? But through that labor and sorrow, the Lord is calling us back through these words, putting that spirit back in us. Verse 11, it says, who knoweth the power of thine anger? Even according to thy fear, so is thy wrath. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Okay? So this is what this lesson is about, teaching us to number our days, considering our ways. All right? As a matter of fact, let's go to the book of Haggai. The book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 5. So it says, now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Okay, so he's saying you have sown much and bring in little. All right, which means sown in much. You learning and watching videos, of this truth. The prophets that are out there teaching you, taking notes, you bringing in all this knowledge, sowing in all this knowledge and bring in little. All right, he tells us to go fishing, bring in more believers, bring in more of the elect, go fishing. All right, it says ye eat, but ye have not enough. All right, we're eating this word, okay? And we keep and we just keep eating it, but not going out, making classes, making lessons, teaching. It says ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. All right, being clothed, watching the videos, right? But ain't going out there and making the others warm. Okay, bringing the doctrine of life, pulling the bidding them into the marriage. Okay, it says, and he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes, which means not going out there and teaching, just putting it in a spiritual bag with holes. All right, just pretty much pointless, So we can't just learn this truth and learn all this knowledge and not teach. All right, because that's a wicked servant that's putting our talents under that napkin. When Yahushua told us that parable. Okay, so let's go to the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 103. All right, Psalms chapter 103 and verse 15. Actually, let's start off with the verse 14. Salaki, we'll start off with verse 11. So it says, for as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. Okay, remember, he saw our end to be evil, therefore he multiplied compassion to us. So it says, for as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. Verse 12, as far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. For he knoweth our frame, he remembered that we are dust. Okay, we're just dust. We blow away in the wind, man, when this life is over, and this life is very quick. Verse 15, as for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourisheth. For the wind passeth over it, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. Verse 17, but the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto his children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. The Lord has prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. Okay, so he's preparing his throne in the kingdom. His throne, he has prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. All right, we want to be entered into that kingdom. Okay, we want to be entered into that kingdom. All right, So from there, let's go to the book of James, chapter 1. All right, the book of James, chapter 1, and verse, let's see, we'll start off with verse 8. So it says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. We don't want to be double-minded when it comes to this. All right, we are the in or we out. All right, the Lord, he doesn't accept lukewarm. It's either hot or cold. All right, lukewarm, that's a double mind. Okay, so verse 9, it says, let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth. And as the grace of the fashion of it perisheth, so also shall the rich man fade in his ways. Okay, so verse 10 says, but the rich, in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. All right, so the Lord is, but the rich, in that he is made low. Okay, because a rich man, he's gonna basically just spend all his time enjoying the lust of the flesh and the pride of life, which is not of the Father. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's go into that real quick, because all that's going to pass away, the things of the flesh. Okay, so 1 John chapter 2 verse 15, it says, for love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. Okay, so all that stuff, if you rich and you just spending all your time in the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and pride of life, is going to pass away. You won't enter into the kingdom, because that's not of the Father. It's just all going to wither away. Okay, it's all going to wither away. So back to James chapter 1 and verse 12. So it says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. Okay, all right, so from there, let's go to the book of James chapter 4 and verse 14. Actually, let's start off with 13. It says, go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain. It says, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. Verse 15, for that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. Okay, so the Lord is saying that, life is as a vapor. We're here for a little while and then vanisheth away. Our little prideful minds think that we got all the time in the world to complete things, to do things. All right, that's pride. That's the reason why he says, for you ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this and that. Lord willing, we make it into the kingdom. Okay, Lord willing, we make it into the kingdom. All right, so let's go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12. So it says, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. So we don't know if we're going to even reach to an old age. All right, the Lord said, for a man knoweth not his time, just like fish are taken quick in the net. All right, they doing their little thing under the sea, and then bam, they get taken by a net. So we can't be too prideful like we're going to live tomorrow. All right, because we don't know. Okay, so from there, let's go to 1 Peter. All right, 1 Peter chapter 1 we'll go to, all right, chapter 1 and verse 24. So it says, for all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as a flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away. But the word of the Lord endureth forever. And this is the word which by the gospel was preached unto you. Okay, so that's saying the same thing 1 John 2 and 15 said. All right, all those things wither. All right, lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. But it says, but the word of the Lord endureth forever. All right. Okay, so yeah, with that, once again, this was a lesson on how life passes quick. If you got this truth, if you understand it, if you're teaching, let's stick with it. Let's stick with this course, keep running the course, because life is short and we only got a little amount of time to sow in the spirit. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect, pushing this truth around the four corners of the earth, with you men, women, and children that are predestined to receive salvation. Shalom, shalom.